Consider making this super easy, unbelievably delicious, melting in your mouth crust. So good, so good. No need Sicilian pizza. Oh my gosh, it's so easy, so delicious. You're gonna love it. Yum. For a full copy of today's recipe, check us out on Facebook at Poppy's Cucina or right here on YouTube under the community tab. You'll find the recipe there. All right, let's get started. Fun! Do is cups of water that we dissolved 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. You want your water temperature to be between 110 and 120 degrees. Yeah, right at 120, 119. All right, perfect. So to this, we're going to add 1 packet of active dry yeast. If you're using loose yeast, it is 2 1/4 teaspoons. All right, so we're going to mix this up and we're going to allow the yeast to bloom for about 10 to 15 minutes. You'll see it had a nice big head on it. So in the meantime, a large bowl, I added 3 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour along with 2 1/2 teaspoons of salt. And now we're just going to mix it up until the salt is fully mixed in with the flour. With a fork, it's the only tool you'll need. And once your yeast has this beautiful head on it, look at it, look at it. We're going to pour this right on top of the flour mixture. And to this we're going to add 1/3 cup of a really good extra virgin olive oil. Nice and green that one is. That's a good one. Alright, so now we're going to mix this all together with a fork until there is no more loose flour. Nice and easy. Just like that. Now we're going to drizzle about a tablespoon of olive oil on top of this. And now we're going to wrap this tightly with some plastic wrap and put it in a warm spot to rise for just 1 hour. This baby only needs 1 hour to proof. All right, so into the warm spot it's going to go. And it's in the 90s outside, so I think it's going outside. Our dough has been rising for an hour. Look how big it got. So poofy. So onto a lightly floured surface, we're going to scrape this out onto. Gently. Okay, get all that dough. You don't want to lose any of this. All right, now we're just going to fold it in on itself a couple times, just till it becomes nice and smooth. You see the dough's very wet, like regular pizza dough. That's how you want it. A couple folds, not too crazy, right? And there we have our beautiful pizza dough. Look at it. Ah, it looks so good, right? All right, so now we're going to grab our half-size sheet tray, which is 18 by about 12 1/2, and we're going to drizzle a couple tablespoons of olive oil. So it's almost like you're making a focaccia. Okay. Just like that. And now we put the dough right onto here. We're going to spread it out. It's going to offer some resistance. It's okay. All right. I'm going to spread it out as much as you can without tearing it. So tore a little bit there. But fortunately it's sticky, so it fixes itself. All right. So once you got it as far as you can get it, we're going to wrap this up, put a little bit more plastic wrap on top of this, and then back into the warm spot it's going to go for another hour. You're going to see how much bigger this is going to get. So exciting. I love pizza so much. So what do you guys think so far? Easy? You like this? You think you could do it? Let me know in the comments, please. I love your guys' comments when I get them. So that's why I ask you guys to join my Facebook page, because those I see right away. All right. All right. That's about as much as we're going to get. So we're going to cover this up, and back into that warm spot it's going to go. So much waiting. I need to do something. Alright, so for today's tropical apple sour, we are going to start with 1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of coconut rum, 1.5 ounces of apple schnapps, and we're going to do 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of margarita mix, and then we're just going to do a splash of simple syrup. All right, so we're going to give this a good shaky as we pour. Does that look good and refreshing and amazing? Yes, it does. Oh, I can't wait to try it. Yum. Salud. Oh, that is so good. It tastes like an apple pina colada, but like a daiquiri. Oh, it's crisp. It's tart. Oh, it's so yummy. Good thing I have this crutch. Oh, it's so good. I love it. It's so bright and so refreshing. Oh, it's so good. You got to try this. You have to. You got to. I can't tell you enough. So give it a try. Let us know. Thanks. This has been proofing for another hour. Time to stretch it out again. All right, so now we're going to stretch this out to the full length of the sheet tray. Get it right to the ends, like that. Oh, look at all that olive oil. Nice. It's going to make the crust so crispy and so delicious. You want that, trust me. All right, if you have any holes up here, just cover them up. Just pinch it together because this dough is very forgiving. It's almost like a wet gum. I know that sounds gross, but it's exactly what it's like. All right. Okay, we got all the holes pinched up. Just like that. And now it's ready to rise one more time because we want this nice, poofy, beautiful, crispy crust that should be for a Sicilian pie. That's one of the biggest points about it. It's delicious and crispy and delish. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. Let it proof for at least 30 minutes. If you have the time, go for an hour, but we're going to let it proof one more time. So our pizza dough has been proofing for the last 30, 40 minutes. All right, so now we're going to start building it. So we're going to add the last of our olive oil, which is probably about another 1/3 cup to finish up. So we used a full cup of the olive oil. Don't be stingy. Okay, like that. Now we're going to add our sauce. I don't like using pre-made pizza sauces. I like to use crushed tomatoes. You know, you can use your own, like crush your own tomatoes, but I like to do one in the can, like Tutto Rosso or Cento. They make beautiful, crushed San Marzano. All right, so we're going to lightly drizzle the 1 cup of crushed pureed tomatoes. It has basil in it already, but I'm going to add more. All right, so we're going to continue to cover our pizza crust with that. Just like that. Now I'm going to salt and pepper it to taste. So now remember, these pureed tomatoes have no real seasoning besides the basil, so you might want to add the salt. I don't like to use pre-made pizza sauce because either they're going to be too sweet or spicy or salty. I like to adjust my own, and when you use the crushed tomatoes, it just tastes so much fresher. Alright, so I did the salt, pepper. Now I'm going to add some garlic. I'm going to do a lot of garlic. Yeah. Right, now you can add your oregano, pizza topping, Italian seasoning, whatever you want. I'm anti-oregano. I had a traumatic experience with oregano in college, so I generally don't use oregano in anything. Long story, but I ended up in the emergency room. That's where I'll leave it. So now I'm going to add a little bit more, or a little bit of onion salts to really round out the flavor. All right, so now our pizza sauce is fully seasoned the way I want it. Now we're going to add the cheese. So we're going to add 2 cups of shredded mozzarella. You could do sliced, fresh mozzarella, whatever kind of cheese you want, but you know, mozzarella is basic. All right, so I'm gonna continue to add the cheese. Just like that, I added 2 cups. Now it's ready for the oven, but you can add some more toppings if you like. So I'm gonna add some fresh basil from the garden. I picked a bunch of fresh basil leaves because you just can't beat fresh basil. You can always just add dried, but these little pops of freshness just makes it beautiful. It's so much flavor. Like I said, it's just going to make it taste so fresh. All right, so we're going to keep adding the basil, just like that. Next up, we're going to add some sliced cooked Italian sausage. You could use sweet, spicy. I'm using sweet. I love to cook a lot of sausage when I'm cooking sausage, because then what I'll do is I'll freeze what's left over, so I'll have some cooked sausage ready to go when I'm doing something like this. It's a nice little trick. You allow it to thaw, slice it up, add it to chicken or whatever dish, on pizza obviously. Just do it like that. Alright, so we're going to keep adding this fully cooked sausage, just like that. And then lastly, we're going to top it with some pepperoni. We love our meat lover pizzas. Alright, so as much or as little, like I said, put whatever you want. Peppers, mushrooms, anchovies, ham, pineapple, which does not belong on a pizza, but some people like it. So, you know, if you do, go for it. But just add whatever your favorite toppings are to your pizza. Make this your own. So we're going to keep adding the pepperoni, just like that, and now our pizza's ready for the oven. Oh, can you see how beautiful this is going to be? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. So into a preheated 400-degree oven, it's going to go for about 20-30 minutes. You'll see the crust is going to become beautifully golden brown. The cheese will be all nice and melted. It's going to poof up even more. The meat's going to be all crispy and delicious. Yum! All right, let's get in the oven fast. So 28 minutes, I pulled it out of the oven. Look at it. Look at it. It looks amazing. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. But we're going to let this cool for a minute before we pop it out of the pan and then give it a try. Wow. Wow. Dinner's going to be good tonight. Bon appetit. Mmm. Mmm. Amazing. It's so easy. The crust is so buttery, crispy, melts in your mouth, and it's fabulous. So fabulous. You're going to love it. Oh. So good. I hope you try this recipe, and if you do, let us know. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Did I wear a different hat before?
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Poppy's Cucina. Thanks!
So you're ready for your Sicilian pizza? So good. Isn't that the hat I was wearing before? Did you steal my hat? You did, didn't you? You sneaky little thing. So pretty. Boop. Such a pretty girl.